Howdy, shipmates. Welcome aboard once again. For those of you new here, welcome aboard for the first time. We're happy to have you. My name is Patrick Goodman. I am a freelance writer for the RPG industry. You've seen most of my credits in either Shadowrun or Star Trek Adventures, and that's my favorite gig these days is Star Trek Adventures. Today we are going to do a review of a Star Trek Adventures adjacent RPG because we are covering the Space 199. That didn't sound right. Let's try that again. We're going to be reviewing the Space 1999 RPG Core Rulebook from Modiphius and Anderson Entertainment. Now that I think about it, it's a joint venture. Before we get too deeply into that, sure appreciate it if you enjoy what you're seeing, that you would hit the like and subscribe buttons. You would do all the YouTube things because, well, that's the only way we can get out into the algorithm and get to more people. Comments get noticed, likes get noticed. Sending the link to your friend gets noticed. So we'd appreciate it if you do all that. And excuse me. Got to keep myself hydrated. Or as my oncologist put it, aggressively hydrated. I think he missed his calling as a urologist, but we won't get into that here. Anyway, we are going to get going with this. All right. Well, here we've got ye old cover, which is reproduced as a stunning bit of end paper art. You should see this in real life. I will include links on how to buy this down in the description. It's a much smaller cast of characters in the credits than is usually found in a Modiphius book. All the writing was handled by Andrew Peregrine, whom we have talked to before, and I will leave a link up in one corner to that interview. I'd like to make a special shout out to the graphics designer, a lady named Virginia Garcia McShannock. I don't have my glasses on. I'm not reading very well. Sorry if I butchered that, Virginia. But she, in working with Anderson Entertainment on putting this together, was given access to all sorts of assets relating to the show, including the layout design for the Moonbase Alpha technical notebook. And she absolutely nailed the aesthetic of this universe, and it looks fantastic. The book is absolutely beautiful. But let's see, this is almost identical to the technical notebook, which I highly recommend, by the way, as did Andrew. We'll get to that. But here's a basic, quick intro. Space 1999 is not as well known in the United States. It's not as well known, period, but it does have a pretty good cult following. And for what they had in terms of budget, it looks just absolutely beautiful. The book, actually, It follows it's a very retro futuristic show and game, because I mean, when they put it out in 75, 1999 was, you know, quarter of a century away, uh, for all intents and purposes. And they really dug into um, the earth tone aesthetic on the show, as I'm sure you'll see through some of the pictures we're going to be showing here. Uh, the introduction is fairly typical for most RPGs. Got a quick, what is this setting about? How do you role play? A quick chapter breakdown. What it offers that Star Trek Adventures does not, uh, partly because there's like 20 some odd times as many episodes to keep track of, which would make it, an entire book to itself. But this game has a quick episode guide for the entire 2-season run. It runs about 8 or 9 pages. And then we get into uh, information all about Moonbase Alpha. And this is a great setting section. It's like 60 pages long. Here's what I was talking about. And the earth tones. Life on Moonbase Alpha, various other uniform options that you can get into. And then it gets into some of the equipment, the spacecraft. And some of the original art is just spectacular. They got very good use out of the Anderson archives, and then the new stuff is also just very well integrated, in my opinion. But it gives you a lot of information on the basic concepts of the show and how to integrate them into your game. Which it's a great section if you're not very familiar with 1999. And then we get into character creation. And it's a little bit it uses the 2D20 system that Modiphius uses. It uses slightly different variation than what you're going to find in Star Trek Adventures, although like second edition STA, this one does not use challenge dice. It just uses D20s. It does not use the life path system that STA uses. It's got a fairly quick uh, a fairly quick just choice base. You figure out what kind of character you want. You make a lot of choices. But I managed to create a character when I was running a quick test in 10 minutes. It's not going to drain you. All the talents that are available. Uh, the same basic steps, but it's quicker and more streamlined. It's also got the creation and play, which is, uh, I've got to tell you, as I see it more and more in both STA and in other games like Space 1999 here, I'm really beginning to become very enamored of the creation and play mechanic. because it's a lot more like seeing a character develop on a TV series, which is what these games are designed to emulate. And then you've got the basic rules section. I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail here because if you are familiar at all with 2D20, you know the basics of this going in. The GMing section on how to run the game. It's reasonably extensive. And then you get into NPCs. As I flip back and forth here, sorry about that, but here's some examples of generic NPCs. And then you get into the iconic characters from the television series. Again, a lot of these art assets were taken directly from Anderson Entertainment and used very effectively in this book. You can, in theory, play as an alien, but the game is designed with the idea in mind that you're a human from Earth when the moon is blown away uh, from its orbit. And then making adventures. Uh, it's a very thorough little section on creating adventures. And then it's got a quick adventure that comes through. I'm going to zap through it very, very quickly because I don't want anybody getting spoiled. And an index, the back cover copy. And there you have it. I have been. This was give you a little info on this. This was one of the things I watched as a kid. Just happened to be syndicated in our area, and it was easy for me to get hold of it and watch. As was another Anderson Entertainment series that came before it called UFO. I've had on my list for years and years and years three IPs, three that I never thought would ever get a licensed role playing game. They were Space 1999, which, as you can see, we're reviewing right now. Planet of the Apes, which I will be reviewing shortly and should have it out next week or so. And UFO. Space 1999 was originally conceived of as the second season of UFO. And then things got changed around, but they are still, at least in a lot of people's headcanons, interconnected. They are part of the same. Really? They are part of the same universe as far as a lot of fans are concerned. And I am one of them. And of those three, two of them have. I am performing an obscene gesture in England. I'm sorry. Two of them have been realized and are sitting right behind me here. So I'm holding out hope that Anderson is pleased enough with the sales of this book that they will uh, come to Andrew and say, you know, we've got this other show called UFO. So I'm trying my best to champion this game so as I can get my other game green lighted. A little selfish of me, maybe, but what can I say? I had two IPs suddenly get authorized official role playing games that I never thought would happen. So I'm holding out hope. I'm gonna give this game 8 badges. Uh, it doesn't get 9 because it's not UFO. Petty of me, I know, but it's my channel. I can do that. Sorry, Andrew. Uh, Nothing personal. And I almost never give 10s just because I can always find. I'm one of those people, unfortunately, who can always find something that I'd like to have. Uh, that's not in the book. But it's a solid 8. I highly recommend the game, especially if you're into I mean, if you know Space 1999, if you know the property, you definitely want to play this game. If you're a fan of, you know, they were low budget, but they did a lot of stuff with that budget. But if you like British science fiction, I also highly recommend this game. I recommend seeking out the show. It had its quirks, but it was really quite solid. Yeah, good game. Like it a lot. I hope it does well. I'd like to get more out of it. On You don't have to necessarily suffer through. The first source book technically existed before the game. It's the Moonbase Alpha Technical Notebook, which is loaded with information. I'll include a link to that as well in the description for this video. Uh, but yeah, good game. Go get it. If you would like to support the channel, there are a lot of ways to do it. You can buy links, buy book. I'll learn to talk one of these days. I've only been speaking this language for years and years. Uh, Buying PDFs through the my affiliate link on DriveThruRPG. It gets me store credit so I can buy more games and talk about more things. I have tip jars. The links are uh, in the description for the video below, and I have a Patreon. I'd like to thank Dr. Robert Loper and Lars de Senza, my two commander level patrons, for keeping the caffeine flowing when I'm not drinking water to remain aggressively hydrated. Today it's Gatorade because I got to keep my electrolytes up too. But they keep the Dr. Pepper flowing, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. And I want to thank all of you for just showing up. I appreciate it. We are on the road to 500 subscribers. I'm currently at 446. Thank you to each and every one of you who's taken the time to hit that button. If you have any questions or things to say, comments are right down there. Please partake of them. If you know anybody who might be interested in the Space 1999 RPG or anything else that I've talked about here on the channel in the past, please feel free to share a link with this video and let them know. Like it says at the beginning, please do all the YouTube things. But I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much. Oh, I've got a Discord server. It's listed down there too. In the meantime, live long and prosper, everyone. They don't really have a similar phrase on Space 1999, or I'd adopt it for this video. But thanks for coming by. I hope you all have a great rest of the day, night, whatever period of time it is while you're watching this. And I will catch you in the next one. Good night.